Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noudin. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Obama's urged support for Harris and criticized Trump at DNC Day 2. Kamala Harris raises $204 million in July, 4 times more than Trump. Telecom company fined $1 million for Biden deepfake robocall. Trump open to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. joining administration if he endorses. Kennedy Jr. plans to end campaign and endorse Trump by week's end. U.S. drafts sanctions for Venezuelan officials amid election dispute. Floods affect 3 million people across 8 districts in Bangladesh. 116-year-old Japanese woman said to become world's oldest person. Pakistani man arrested for cyber terrorism after misinformation fuels UK unrest. Five bodies found inside super yacht that sank off Sicily. Golden State Warriors legend Al Attles passes away at 87. And Granit Xhaka targets another Bundesliga title after Leverkusen's historic win. You were listening to Headlines, now news in detail. Barack and Michelle Obama urged Democrats to rally behind Vice President Kamala Harris during the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. They made strong arguments against Donald Trump, emphasizing the need for new leadership. Barack Obama spoke passionately about moving past Trump's chaotic presidency. He highlighted the importance of supporting Kamala Harris, stating that America is ready for a new chapter. He criticized Trump as a 78-year-old billionaire focused on his own problems and warned Democrats not to become complacent. Michelle Obama echoed her husband's sentiments, encouraging Democrats to take action. She reminded them of the advice Harris received from her mother: don't just sit around and complain, do something. Michelle stressed that Democrats must actively support Harris, especially when faced with challenges. Both Obamas emphasized that the upcoming election is crucial for the future of democracy and urged voters to unite behind Harris to ensure a better future for America. The Obamas' speeches aimed to energize Democrats and encourage them to take meaningful action as the November election approaches. New federal disclosures reveal that Kamala Harris' main campaign fundraising group raised $204 million in July, significantly surpassing the $48 million raised by Donald Trump's campaign. This disparity reflects heightened enthusiasm as the November 5 presidential election approaches. Harris' impressive fundraising total includes contributions from the month before she officially launched her campaign on July 21, following President Joe Biden's decision to end his re-election bid. Biden had endorsed Harris, who then took over his fundraising operations. Additionally, Harris' campaign outspent Trump's with expenditures of $81 million compared to Trump's $24 million for the same period. The Harris campaign, along with the Democratic Party's main fundraising group, reported a combined total of $310 million raised in July. In contrast, Trump's campaign, in collaboration with the Republican Party, raised a combined $138 million. Trump's effort received a notable boost from conservative billionaire Timothy Mellon, who contributed $50 million to the pro-Trump super PAC MAGA Inc., which spent over $43 million in July. Federal authorities announced that Lingo Telecom agreed to pay a 1 million fine for its involvement in a deepfake robocall that used an AI-generated impersonation of President Joe Biden. The robocall, which occurred before the New Hampshire Democratic primary in January, falsely told voters not to participate. Lingo Telecom, which distributed the robocalls through spoofed phone numbers, also agreed to stricter oversight. This case marks the first enforcement action against malicious deepfakes by federal authorities. FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenursel emphasized the importance of transparency in communications, stating that people deserve to know if AI is being used. The deepfake call was orchestrated by political consultant Steve Kramer, who claimed it was a stunt to highlight the dangers of deepfakes. Kramer is facing a 6 million fine and multiple criminal charges related to voter intimidation. The Department of Justice and other authorities are taking strong measures to deter future political deepfakes, stressing that election interference through deceptive technology will not be tolerated. Donald Trump expressed openness to appointing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to a role in his administration if Kennedy, who is running as an independent candidate, drops out of the 2024 race and endorses him. In an interview with CNN's Kristen Holmes, Trump praised Kennedy as brilliant and very smart, saying he would consider Kennedy for a position if he receives the endorsement. Trump's comments followed Nicole Shanahan's statement on a podcast, where she mentioned that Kennedy's campaign was weighing the possibility of endorsing Trump to lessen the risk of Vice President Kamala Harris defeating him in November. Trump welcomed the potential endorsement, emphasizing his respect for Kennedy. The former president also downplayed concerns about Republican backlash, stating his preference for smart people and asserting that his policy goals remain unchanged despite the shifting dynamics of the 2024 race. Additionally, Trump criticized former Chief of Staff John Kelly for his remarks about Trump's comparison of the Presidential Medal of Freedom with the Medal of Honor. Trump dismissed Kelly's comments as biased and defended his administration's focus on crime, military strength, and border control. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. plans to end his independent presidential campaign by the end of the week and endorse former President Donald Trump. According to unnamed sources, Kennedy will announce his decision during a speech in Arizona on Friday. Kennedy's campaign confirmed he will discuss the present historical moment and his path forward, but did not confirm his endorsement plans when asked by a reporter on X. His running mate, Nicole Shanahan, had previously indicated that Kennedy was considering joining forces with Trump. Trump has expressed openness to offering Kennedy a role in his administration if Kennedy endorses him. Kennedy, 70 years old, initially ran as a Democrat before launching his independent bid. Despite his efforts, Kennedy has struggled to qualify for the ballot in many states, and his support dropped to 4% in a recent Ipsos poll, down from 10% the previous month. Kennedy's potential endorsement of Trump comes as both campaigns prepare for the upcoming November election. The US is preparing to impose sanctions on around 60 Venezuelan officials and their families following the controversial July presidential election in Venezuela. The proposed sanctions, which have been submitted to the State Department, would target members of the National Electoral Council, the Supreme Court, and counterintelligence police. These measures would include travel bans and restrictions on US business transactions with the targeted individuals. The CNE had announced incumbent President Nicolas Maduro as the election winner on July 28 without providing complete vote counts. While Venezuela's Supreme Court has initiated a vote audit, many believe it will not alter the outcome. Rival candidate Edmundo Gonzalez, backed by opposition data, claims he won the election with approximately 67% of the vote. The US and other international observers have questioned the legitimacy of Maduro's claimed victory. Now it's time for global updates. The overall flood situation of Bangladesh in Feni, Kumilla and Noakhali worsened today due to downpours and swelling of many rivers. Vast tracts of land in Habiganj and Maulupi Bazar and parts of Brahmanbaria and Chattogram have gone underwater. The flooding in the 8 districts has left over 3 million people stranded. Feni and Noakhali are the worst affected districts. In Feni, Parshuram, Fulgazi and Chagalnaya upazilas have been badly affected. Besides, large areas under 4 unions of Feni, Sadar and Daganbhuya upazilas have been inundated due to rise in the water level of the Chota Feni River. Many areas of the district have been without electricity since Tuesday night. The Feni-Parshuram Regional Road became impassable as floodwater submerged the road. One person was reportedly missing in Parshuram. The Muhuri, the Silonia, and the Kahua rivers swelled further today. Locals said they did not see such massive flooding in the last 37 years. In Noakhali, flood situation deteriorated today due to incessant rain and tidal surges. Flooding has left over 1.9 million people stranded in 8 upazilas, including Kabirhat, Sinbag, Kampaniganj, and Begamganj, and several municipalities, said Dewan Mahbubur Rahman, Deputy Commissioner of Noakhali. Among them are over 1 lakh people in the municipalities. A 116-year-old woman from Japan is about to be named the world's oldest person by Guinness World Records. Tomiko Ituka, born on May 23, 1908 in Ashia, Japan, will receive the title following the recent death of 117-year-old Maria Brañas Moreira from Spain. The Gerontology Research Group based in the US announced this news on Wednesday. Ituka has lived a remarkable life, born in the same year as the first long-distance radio message from the Eiffel Tower and the Wright brothers' first public flights. She has continued to impress with her physical abilities. In her 70s, she often climbed mountains, including Japan's Mount Ontek, which she scaled twice while wearing sneakers instead of hiking boots. Even at 100, Ituka demonstrated her strength by walking up the stone steps of Shia Shrine unaided. Her extraordinary longevity and vitality have earned her a place in history, and she is now set to be recognized as the oldest living person. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. A Pakistani man, Farhan Asif, has been charged with cyber terrorism for allegedly spreading false information that contributed to riots in the UK, according to Lahore police. Asif, a freelance web developer, is accused of sharing misleading content on YouTube and Facebook following a stabbing attack on July 29 in Southport. The attacker, who killed 3 girls and injured 10 others, was incorrectly identified in the misinformation as a recent Muslim asylum seeker. The false reports led to a violent mob attacking a mosque the next day. Police clarified that the suspect was a UK-born citizen. An account on the social media platform X, Channel 3 Now, was among the first to spread the false name, managed by people in Pakistan and the US. Despite the apology posted by Channel 3 Now, the misinformation sparked over a week of riots in England and Northern Ireland, resulting in over 1,000 arrests. Asif was arrested at his home in Lahore and claimed he only reposted the misinformation. The case has been handed to Pakistan's Federal Investigation Agency, and it remains unclear if the UK has requested Asif's extradition. Divers recovered 5 bodies from a sunken superyacht near Sicily on Wednesday, according to Salvatore Cocchina, director of the island's Civil Protection Agency. The search, which took place in deep waters off the Italian coast, follows the vessel's sinking during a storm earlier this week. 1 person remains missing. The yacht, known as Bison, sank while anchored off Porticello, a village near Palermo, on Monday. British tech tycoon Mike Lynch and others were trapped in the hull. Among the deceased was Ricardo Thomas, the ship's cook, whose body was recovered on Monday. The identities of the 4 newly recovered bodies were not immediately released. NBC News reported seeing body bags being brought to shore and later transferred to ambulances. Lynch's 18-year-old daughter, Hannah, and several others remain unaccounted for. Lynch, who was recently acquitted of fraud, was on a vacation that included several prominent figures. Lynch's co-defendant Stephen Chamberlain died in a car accident earlier this week. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Al Attles, the legendary point guard known as the Destroyer, passed away on Tuesday at age 87, the Golden State Warriors announced on Wednesday. Attles died at his home in East Bay, California, surrounded by his family. Attles made a significant impact on basketball as both a player and a coach. He began his NBA career with the Philadelphia Warriors in 1960 and played until the 1970-71 season. He is best remembered for his time with the Warriors, including his role as player coach and head coach. Attles led the team to an NBA championship in 1974-75, becoming the second black coach to win a title. Over his career, Attles compiled a coaching record of 557, 518, and served as the Warriors' general manager and assistant coach. He spent over 6 decades with the Warriors, contributing to the team in various capacities. Attles was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2019, and his jersey number 16 was retired by the Warriors. Former Warriors star Chris Mullin praised Attles as a mentor and role model, noting his integrity and impact on his career. Granit Xhaka has called on his Bayer Leverkusen teammates to aim for the Bundesliga title again following their stunning unbeaten triumph last season. Xhaka, who joined Leverkusen from Arsenal, helped the team achieve an unprecedented feat, winning the Bundesliga without a single defeat, a record unmatched even by Bayern Munich. Leverkusen also claimed the German Cup and lost only one of 53 matches across all competitions. At the club's pre-season training in Turner Ishingen, Shaka emphasized that last season was just the start. We know other teams will try to beat us, but we still have the hunger to reach the same heights, he said. Shaka reflected on his career, noting how criticism during his Arsenal years fueled his drive. Despite facing challenges, including losing the Arsenal captaincy, Shaka used the feedback to grow stronger. Criticism makes you stronger, he stated. Returning to London for a friendly in August, Xhaka relished being part of Leverkusen's invincible squad, comparing it to Arsenal's unbeaten 2003-04 season. He said it makes you feel special and proud. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,902.50. The NYSE composite is increased by 100.26 points or 0.53%. Tokyo stock close price is 37,951.80. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 111.12 points or 0.29%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,856.58. The Shanghai index is decreased by 10.08 points or 0.35%. Hong Kong stock close price is 17,391.01. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 120.07 points or 0.69%. Bombay stock close price is 80,905.30. The Sensex index is increased by 102.44 points or 0.13%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Obama's urged support for Harris and criticized Trump at DNC Day 2. Kamala Harris raises $204 million in July, 4 times more than Trump. Telecom company fined $1 million for Biden deepfake robocall. Trump open to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. joining administration if he endorses. Kennedy Jr. plans to end campaign and endorse Trump by week's end. US drafts sanctions for Venezuelan officials amid election dispute. Floods affect 3 million people across 8 districts in Bangladesh. 116-year-old Japanese woman said to become world's oldest person. Pakistani man arrested for cyber terrorism after misinformation fuels UK unrest. Five bodies found inside super yacht that sank off Sicily. Golden State Warriors legend Al Attles passes away at 87. And Granit Xhaka targets another Bundesliga title after Leverkusen's historic win. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.